an interesting thing happened in the last 30 years. 30-ish years, I don't know. And that is this. For all of history, men, which I see here in the audience, had the concept of duty. You had the duty to your country, duty to your family, duty to your community, duty to your fellow man, duty to your brothers. You had the concept of duty. We had that in our soul, in our system, in our culture, right? The concept of duty. It has been replaced today by the concept of rights. I have the right to do this, and I have the right to not have, and we have this generation that has been protected with their little bike helmets, who grew up and are offended in our universities and offended by everything, and we're little snowflakes. Something's wrong. Something has gone wrong. We're this generation of like fragile beings who need protection. We want everything to protect us because I might be offended. The universities in the West used to teach intellectual pursuits. Now, instead of intellectual education, it's an emotional education. Everything's dedicated to like teach them how to be offended and to take offense. And it's wrong. I'll stand up and I'll say it. And that's, gentlemen, who we are and who you're dating. You see? That what we're missing is our generation is this conviction of men. This desire to imagine this. Our sentences go up at the end. We ask a girl, we say to a girl, hey, listen, it was nice talking to you. Would you like to go for coffee sometime? Oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you had a boyfriend. I didn't mean anything by it. In other words, we flinch. We don't say statements anymore. I'm not talking about anything practical, but here's something practical for you. Stop saying questions to women. Start shifting that into statements. By that I mean, imagine if you said to this girl, it was nice talking to you. Would you like to get coffee sometime? That sounds like a great thing of reaching out and talking to women, right? Sounds good. But if you change it into a statement, instead of saying, hey, it was nice talking to you. Would you like to have coffee sometime? You say this. It was nice talking to you. I would like to have coffee with you sometime. Or we should have coffee sometime. Or we should go Thursday night. What are you doing? Let's cancel your plans. If you change these queries into statements, subtly what happens in you is something shifts into an energetic leadership role, and she can feel it. Statements instead of questions. Hey, I would like to have coffee. It'd be great. That's a great way of saying it. Make sense? A little bit of like a micro adjustment compared to the microaggressions and triggering that we have in our modern society, which you guys all know. You're all aware of that. Our convictions, we don't draw the line in the sand anymore. We say, listen, to women or to men or to anything, thus far shalt thou go and no further. We're a generation of beige, asexual men. We're closet heterosexuals. Right? Time to come out of the closet. And I'll tell you, I'm coming out here strong, guys, because you know what? It's the fight of your lives. I hope you feel the energy of it, because it is that important. It is the fight of your lives. We say we want change, but we don't really. Right? You say you want a girlfriend? No, you don't really. Because you know why? It's easier to complain to yourself and say I'm not good enough than it is to go out there and actually meet women. There's entire programs and webinars and seminars devoted to this concept of approach anxiety or the fear of rejection. I have the fear of rejection. I don't want to talk about girls who have fear of rejection. Because what if she has a boyfriend, right? The fear of rejection. But you know what is even stronger, I think, for men in this generation? The fear of success. Because what if she likes you? What if you went up there and you said, hey, I like you, you're pretty and I like you. What if she likes you? Now, you have to be interesting and dynamic and stop playing World of Warcraft on the weekends and hang out with a girl. So you sabotage yourself. I don't do that. So like the fear of success is just as strong or maybe more strong than the fear of failure. Because you're used to your security blanket that's cold and moldy and wet and holding you down, but you're used to it. To throw it off is scary. It's scary. Your comfort zone is you see? We're afraid of that. Fear of success. It's that important. It's the fight of your lives. I went to Panama when I was writing this book. I went there for 4 months to sit in the jungle and work on my book. I sat in the same shorts and t-shirt for like 4 months, sweating my everything off. And I came out of there from the people who have very little anything, but they're happy people. And I went into Amsterdam to do a major seminar. After 4 months in the jungle, I went there. And all I could think the whole time was this me-centric generation. Reality TV, self-help, multi-billion-dollar industry. What are you going to do for me? This is the women of the world. What are you going to do for me? Where are we going to be in 5 years? What does this mean? It's all me. We're navel-gazing. We're centered on ourselves. There's no sense of communion with brothers and sisters, and there's no communion anymore at all. Even though we think we're on Facebook, and we're not. There's no sense of connection. And you can feel it. You feel it everywhere. There's no sense of gathering and brothers in arms and any of this kind of stuff. And me-centric generation, we're overladen with if you watch a lot of porn, which probably a lot of guys in the audience do, you turn it off at the end, and what do you see reflected in the screen? You. Just you. And that hurts. That hurts. You feel it right here. It's just you there. That's it. This is where our failing is. This is my crusade. So I wrote a book for my young self. So if I only had those answers then, when I was being insecure and not sincere and manipulative and trying to be this cool guy, if only I had this. So the question to ask yourself, gentlemen, a big question, a fundamental question, which is the question of my next book, is this.